sports fans and pickleball fans, welcome to another edition of Sports for All. Tonight we have something unique, something different, something special. Um, we're in a pickle, but we're not in a pickle type of problem type of pickle or quandary type of pickle, but we're going to introduce to you Pickleball 101. And to assist me is the founder of ODN and Sports Bites himself, Brian Yalung.
Yeah, hello, good evening to everybody. Vince, thanks for inviting me. This is kind of interesting. I have made my preliminary studies about pickleball, and I'm a little bit surprised. And I got to talk to one of our guests earlier. I'm looking forward to learning more about the sport.
All right, Brian. Next up is the founder and board member and coach of the Professional Pickleball Association of the Philippines, Coach Jenny Marcos. And coach, yeah, all right, there's coach. Okay. Okay, next is a guy I haven't seen in almost 30 years. We went to the same high school together. He is the marketing and promotions guy of the Professional Pickleball Association of the Philippines, Mark Casal.
Good evening, guys. Good evening, sports fans. Nice to see you, Vince.
Likewise, Mark. All right, let's get to it. Okay. So Mark, can you give us a background of pickleball? Um, just explain to us um, who are hearing the sport or the game for the first time.
Okay, so pickleball is a combination of badminton, table tennis, and tennis. So it's a paddle sport created for all ages, race, and build. And you know, it's the rules are simple and the game is easy for beginners to learn. But it can develop into a quick, fast-paced, competitive game for experienced players. And it was invented in 1965 on Bainbridge Island, Washington. So by three dads, Joel Pritchard, Bill Bell, and Barney McCallum, who created the game for their children's recreation. And since then, it has evolved from original handmade equipment and simple rules into a popular sport throughout the US and Canada. So that's it.
Okay. But before we go any further, Coach Jenny is with us live
Yes.
from Cincinnati, Ohio, USA. She is currently training for her sport for pickleball, and she has a surprise for all you pickleball aficionados and fanatics later on. So, Coach, how's it going?
Pretty good. We're out here trying to get ready for the Cincinnati Open, PPA Cincinnati Open. So, um, this is not the venue, it's just a place where we warm up. So, if we could show you a little bit of the place and how it looks like. There you go. And there's these two wonderful players here from Balgala and Skelkirk.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Coach.
You're
Um,
welcome.
okay, Mark. So, how the forming of the uh, PPAP? How did that come about here? Who was responsible for it? Who are aside from you and Coach Jenny? Who else are are the people behind the organization?
Okay, so the Professional Pickleball Association of the Philippines was founded by Coach Jenny. And so when she came home last 2017, she actually looked for people who can help her to promote the sport. So at that time, she found Mia. She's a professor of physical education in UST, and Pastor Lito Quiñones, who is handling the grassroots program of tennis for Solinco. And then also another coach named Joel Valencia. So that's when it started. They formed the group, just the four of them, and then they started promoting the sport. And also another coach, Coach Francis Parangan of San Sebastian. So he's a tennis coach. So that's how it started.
All right, Mark. Brian, questions?
Oh, yeah, well, actually, I have a lot to be about the sport. So, well, as I was asking Miss Jenny earlier before we started, I was I noticed it's played on a badminton court, and then it's a mix. When I look it up earlier before we went to broadcast,
Mhm.
it's a mix of tennis, ping pong, and everything.
Right.
So I'm just curious about the
Mhm.
equipment. I mean, the badminton court is there, all right?
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
place. So I'm really curious about the equipment you use. I think you
Okay.
have a special kind of paddle. And what ball do you use?
Okay.
Yeah, that's like that.
So
Yeah.
this is the paddle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a bigger paddle compared to the ping pong paddle.
All right. All
And
right.
then the ball is a wiffle ball. So it's a plastic ball with holes in it.
Okay.
Right, right. So it's very light. Everything is light. The paddle is light. The ball is light. That's why it's
Uh-huh.
fun to play.
Oh, all right.
Right,
So,
right.
so is this somewhat similar to soft tennis? I mean, everything's light or
I
not
think
really?
um, I haven't tried soft tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Jenny, have you tried soft tennis?
Yeah, yes, it's not even close to soft tennis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-mm, no, not
Hmm.
even close.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. All right. Okay. Okay, Vince.
Now, since the ball has holes and everything is light, Mark
Mhm.
and Coach Jenny, like in the sport of tennis, the wind becomes a factor. Does the wind become a factor in outdoor? Because I'm sure there's indoor pickleball. Does
Yes.
it become a factor in outdoor pickleball?
Coach Jenny, would you like to answer that? You're used to more outdoor plays there in the US.
Yes. The wind is a very big factor, but the balls have certain numbers of holes.
Mhm.
Okay, so the outdoor balls have more holes, so that
Mhm.
way
40
it's
holes.
very light. Yeah,
Yeah.
it travels a little better. Yeah. Um, so the indoor balls are a little bit more different. They have bigger holes, but fewer
26,
holes.
26
Uh huh.
holes.
Yeah, 26, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's why. Yeah, they designed it to where you can play indoors and outdoors. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
But definitely the wind is a factor.
Yes.
No
Oh.
doubt about it.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Coach. Now, Mark, when did you start introducing pickleball here in the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
and how has the reception been so far?
Okay. So I found out about pickleball in Facebook in 2019. So I was just browsing through Facebook and saw this new sport, pickleball, and it's being played in Emerald Avenue. Because in Emerald Avenue, Fridays to Sundays, they close that street. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So you know, some other group set up some nets
Okay.
in Emerald. So I walked in, and I that's the first time I joined. It's about between June and August of 2019, and the rest is history. I played it as much as I can.
So, how the reception so far? Have you brought this to the school system? And if yes, how has the reception been so far?
Well, as for me, my market earlier were mostly clubs.
Okay.
So it's promoting it in because at first I was playing with expats all over because it's not known yet here in the Philippines pickleball. So we formed a group. I introduced it in Corinthian Gardens. We played there because they have a badminton court there, right? So I was able to introduce it there. Reception was fine. We had clinics over there, and then after that, we also played in the upper deck in Pasig. So we were renting there, and then just a couple of months ago, I introduced it in during GCQ. I introduced it in Manila Polo Club.
Oh,
Yeah, it was Ramon Rufino who.
Ah, Raymond. Yes,
Yeah. So he was the one
Raymond Rufino.
who got me to train the trainers over there. But unfortunately, due to the COVID, they had to stop again. But they already have a court there in the Manila Polo Club,
mm.
so it was really doing well. It's just COVID that we had to stop because of COVID. And with your question regarding schools, right now we are partnered with 14 schools, universities.
Okay.
Yeah, with the PPA. So there.
Okay, so okay, I understand indoor pickleball. No indoor pickleball right now. How
Right.
about outdoor pickleball? Where are you having those
Mhm.
here in Manila?
Okay. So what happened here is I introduced pickleball in our village last year, June 2020.
Right.
So we were allowed to play in an indoor basketball court. So now when GCQ ECQ came about again this year, so we had no choice but to stop the indoor one. So there was about there's this abandoned court in our village, abandoned basketball court and an abandoned tennis court. So can you imagine those? So what we did was the community, because we already have a group here, so we started painting lines. So we're now playing it outdoors. We have 5 courts available.
When it's well attended, I assume.
Oh yes, we have players as early as 6 in the morning till about 9 because it's really hot, the sun. And then the next batch would play at 4 in the afternoon till about 6:30.
Okay. My last question before I turn it return to before I turn you over to Brian.
Mhm.
How about the age range so far? What the market of the sport of the game? Who has it been catering to so far?
Okay, so in my part, when I introduced pickleball in our village, I actually call them my fabulous five ladies. They are their age range would be 63 years old up to 73 years old. So I started with seniors, and then after that, the rest is history. All ages came in and joined us. So imagine you're playing with your grandfather, your
Mm.
grandmother. So it's just an amazing sport. You can play with any age.
Okay. Godfather, back to you.
All right. I want to ask Coach Jenny. Well, since this is kind of a new sport
Yeah.
for most, right? So, Coach, I just wanted to ask, what are the things that a person needs to start with to get into the sport?
Let's see. Definitely a paddle
Mhm.
and a ball. Uh, and you can actually play this anywhere you want to. So or where it's available. You know, just even a simple small space can actually be a good place to start. Yeah. Paddles can be anything. Uh, Mark, what are those things that Maria was showing us before? Like wooden paddles, like plastic. Sometimes it's anything that can actually have great contact with the ball. To just kind of work your hand and eye coordination. Yes,
Right.
definitely. It can be anything because the goal for this is the reaction time. The kids will be able to just how do you put this? If you could just work on that hand and eye coordination,
Develop
catching
their hand-eye
balls,
coordination. Yeah.
just develop that, moving to the ball, moving backwards, catching, little catch here and there, side throwing, forehand, backhand, just moving around. Even without the paddle yet, that can be done. Just even a tennis ball, they can use that to just keep on going until we have the equipment there. Definitely.
So this is a sport that, for example, that like you said you play tennis. Players who play tennis, ping pong, badminton. This is a sport that they can easily transition to.
Yes, very much so. And really, my goal is to use this as a transition to tennis also.
Mhm.
Aside from the other sports transitioning to pickleball. So I would rather start it with this,
Mhm.
going up to the different sports. Or, well, it works the other way too. With the athletic players, this is a very easy transition. Yeah, especially the ones who has backgrounds in racket sports.
I see. And I'd like to ask Mark here. I mean, this is a sport that is kind of new. If you mention it here locally in the Philippines,
Yes, yes.
how do you? I mean, like for example, if people wanted to try this out, where would they be able to get their equipment, or can they do it themselves or something like that?
Well, actually, we don't really have the equipments yet here in the
Uh huh.
Philippines. So,
Mm-hmm.
what we actually suggest our, partners or clients is they can actually buy this paddle. It's a wooden paddle for starters.
Uh huh.
So it's just 300 pesos
Okay.
just to start it off. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, other option is if they think they want to move up,
Mm-hmm.
they can opt for the China paddles.
Mm-hmm.
The China paddles, you can buy this in Shopee or Lazada.
Okay.
So it costs 1,200.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's a big jump.
Right, right. Big jump, right.
Mhm.
So, but it's lighter compared to
Okay.
the wood one. Yeah. Now, there's another paddle. It's called the USAPA paddles. It's the sanctioned paddles used by professionals, and those are more expensive. It's $100 up to $200.
Almost 4,000 to 5,000
Yes,
pesos.
yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Wow.
yeah,
That's why we start with the wood paddles first. If they can afford
yeah,
the China ones, go for the China
Mhm.
ones. But if not,
yeah.
the
This
wood
is
ones.
yeah. This is about 200.
There you go.
$200?
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
See?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but we don't have to go to
Right.
these sort of things
Yes.
until they really get to
Okay.
if they become serious about
Right.
it. And then here I'm actually collecting paddles that are this quality but used, and I'll be sending them there to the Philippines. Yeah, the goal is to collect about 200 or more this
For
Wow.
year.
schools. For schools.
To give away for the schools. Yes, definitely.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, and these paddles,
Yeah.
Brian and
Yeah.
Vince, those are branded paddles like Babolat, for tennis.
Uh
Yeah.
huh.
Head, they're also the same brands. That's why it's the name. It's expensive.
How about the ball?
Yeah, the ball. If you will buy this in the states, it
Mm-hmm.
would cost uh, $3 to $5 per ball.
Uh-huh.
But if you will buy it in Shopee or Lazada, you can buy a ball for $2 or
Oh,
less. Yeah, yeah, a lot cheaper.
yeah. It's affordable.
Yeah,
Okay.
affordable, very affordable sport. It's the net that's expensive, but
And
the Because what we usually do is when we do promotions or clinics,
Mhm.
we bring with us portable nets.
Oh, okay.
But the portable nets is quite expensive though, because it's only in the US. It's
Mhm.
about 10 to 15,000 pesos.
Mhm.
So now what we do with schools,
Mhm.
if they want to start their own pickleball in their school,
Mhm.
we would suggest them to just use a badminton net since it's a badminton
Yeah.
dimension court, right?
Yeah.
So they just need to lower it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna ask that actually, because I know
There,
the
there you go.
badmintons are higher, right?
Right, right. Mhm.
So in terms of scoring, is it the same with badminton or tennis? I think Coach Jenny can explain
Yeah.
this.
Please.
Coach Jenny, how do you score in this game?
Hold on. Okay, the scoring system is kind of complicated, to be
All right.
honest, but in doubles only. In singles, it's more played like badminton or volleyball. There's a side out. You only can score when you're serving, basically. But if it's in doubles, you have a player one and
Mm-hmm.
player two.
Mm-hmm.
So, oops. So if you the player the player two. Sorry, I have to go back. The player one is always basically the first server. Player two is the second server. That means both players will serve before. How do you help me here, Mark?
Come on, Mark.
Come on, Mark.
Okay, okay.
I'm sorry. It's like
It's
Confusing.
it
okay.
took me a
Okay.
while to get the scoring system. Yeah, it took me
Yeah.
a while, and I
Okay.
depended too much on the referees to do the scoring for me.
Right, right.
But yeah, but it's like volleyball. Explain, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like volleyball. You every time you score, you keep on serving,
All right.
basically.
Yeah.
Right. So the default score would always be zero because there are three types.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The scoring is zero,
Hmm.
0, 2. That's the default. The
Mm-hmm.
reason behind the three is the first score is the serving team score. The second score to be called is the receiving team score. And the third score is to know who the person serving is. It's either the one or the two. So that's it, basically.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's so complicated. you
Yeah, yeah,
I,
know what I mean?
I
You
kind of
you have
understand
to.
now.
To get
Yeah.
you in a pickle.
Yes, yes. The thing is, you have to be on the court to feel it. You have to
Yeah.
be
exactly.
on the court to be able to say, "Oh, okay,
Right.
that's how I keep the score going." You know, and it gets a little bit complicated where you have the stacking thing that can be taught later on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But the scoring, it takes really physical. Bye, you too. We'll see you later. Yeah, it takes physical to be able to know the scoring. Yeah,
Right.
but if you just kind of do this, it's pretty hard,
Right.
right,
Right.
Mark? It's pretty
Exactly.
hard.
But Brian and Vince,
Yeah.
if you want to know more about the sport, I would love to invite you over to our village to try it out.
Oh, would love to.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go,
Sure.
Vince. Bef- Okay, before I turn it over to Vince, there's a question here, Mark. I think you're gonna love it. There's a
Mhm.
suggestion here by Zach Munoz. May I suggest that having exhibition matches on famous local malls over there, which has enough space for a pickleball court, would be a great place to show lots of shoppers get to actually watch how pickleball is played.
Hi there, Zach. I think I know you, Zach.
Yeah, well, it's a
Okay.
good suggestion, right? To
Yeah,
be honest, right?
yeah. It is. It is. It's a good promotion, actually.
Maybe after the pandemic when everything's clear.
Yeah, yeah. In malls. I'm not sure though if I think SM allows those, right?
Yeah, I
Like
think they have an area for that, or they're
yeah,
gonna put something there.
Activity area. Mm.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
All right, back to you, Vince.
Now about the to About the scoring again, Mark. Are there, because Jenny mentioned about the scoring being side out. Um, are there other plans, or is it being studied to in order to speed up the game to shift the scoring from a side out to similar to what volleyball did, from side out to a rally point rally point scoring? Are there any considerations being done? Is it being studied at least?
I've heard about rally scoring. I think they do that in the States already. Depends on the tournament organizers how they want the
Okay.
games played. Yeah, but it did happen already. The
Yeah, I
rally scoring.
think. I mean, I think, just my opinion, I think it would make the game more exciting than it already is to
Yeah.
speed up the scoring. Um, okay, let's move back here at home. How many members are there in the pickleball community? Because in the Facebook page I saw there are about 600, Mark. Probably
Yeah.
more than that. So around how many?
Yeah. Right now, because okay, so with PPA, there's about 600. With there's another group, PPF. Uh, they have about 400, I think. So let's say, and then there's also Pangasinan. Pangasinan is really growing big. They have about 14 dedicated pickleball courts already in Pangasinan.
Hmm.
So I think they have about probably 300 over there. So I think probably 2,000, let's say.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. And
Okay.
there's no face to face yet.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Which moves me to my next question, which is how is the sport circumventing or working around the pandemic, aside from outdoor pickleball courts?
Okay. Yeah, what happened with, like, for us, the PPA, what we do is we do webinars with different schools, universities. So what we teach them, if they can't really play in their school vicinity yet, is to do those hand-to-eye coordination, do walling in the proper stance. Because actually, you will really learn a lot from doing the walling, especially the control, the ball control, and everything. So that's what we suggest. But right now, since it's pandemic, what we see is faculty right now are more into the wellness program. So they're playing in schools. So we are suggesting for them, if they have a badminton court or a big space, they can actually put up a pickleball court already, for wellness programs. So there you go. So it's
All
working.
right. Okay. To Coach Jenny, if you're there, Coach. My question for you is, well, obviously, okay, there's Coach.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. Well, obviously, I guess the state has already allowed the resumption of at least pickleball tournaments competition to resume, because since it's, I guess, as long as it's open air, right?
Yes. They've been doing it even through the pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But of course, we still observe social distancing. Um, and now that the um, shots are available, the vaccines. I mean, we're almost back to normal. Yeah. So we're good. We're good here. Yeah. There's we're still cautious. Yeah. So yes.
So how about in your state at least? How competitive is pickleball? The tournaments, the competition. How competitive is it?
Oh, it's very very competitive, to be honest. You have that different age group, different skill level. Okay, there's two different things: a skill level and age group. So the skill level would be rated to beginners like 2.0, 3.0, 3.5, and then the better players would go up to 4.5, 4.0 and above, right? So yeah, we rate it by skill like that. On the age group itself, anybody can play when it's an age group, whatever level, it doesn't matter. You as long as you're at the within the age group. So the competition is pretty fierce. Even at the age of 90, there we still have a 90-year-old playing with
Wow.
us. Yes, yes, and I have students at the age of 6, 7 years old playing. So there's a wide range of age
Okay.
brackets and level. Yeah.
Oh, how about any popular or famous tennis player or badminton player who's playing pickleball right now, using it as some form of cross training, perhaps, or maybe the other way around? Anyone?
Yes, yes. Actually, the tennis player Eichner is one of them. Federer also tries to play it just
I
for
see.
fun,
Yeah.
Yeah, because to them they can do it with their eyes closed.
Yes.
They're too good. And then some retired players actually from the tour. Actually, one of them I'm gonna play her tomorrow in singles, so that's gonna be tough. So yeah, we'll find out what happens tomorrow. But today, some of them are also retired tennis players. I mean, they gravitate to this game. Yeah, because one reason being is that with injuries, this is less injury compared to tennis.
Hmm.
But still, they get a full exercise out of it. They get a full, calories burned, things like that. It's such a lot of movement, and we have quite a few Filipinos that also play.
Hmm.
Actually, my partner today is Filipino. Yeah, she came from another state to play with me also. So um, it's it's very good. It's a great sport, and it can help lose weight too. We have a lot of cases like that where they started playing, their blood sugar went down and all that, and the cholesterol went down, lost quite a bit of weight, 20 to 30 pounds, things like that, within a few
Hmm.
months or a year. So it's a good exercise for everyone.
So
Yeah.
the this tournament you'll be taking us to later.
Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah.
How many are competing in this tournament?
I think a total of about 900 something. Yeah,
900
800 to 900.
participants. That's a
Uh
lot.
huh. Yep. Yep. It's a lot. It's a lot because it's a different age group.
I see.
Yeah, but the open, um, the open, we actually, if we win, we earn money. So my goal is to win. So we have money to put and give out to the kids and buy paddles and balls to Philippines. Yes, that's the goal, is to win it. Yeah.
Are you joining? Are you competing in it? Are you playing
Yes, yes, I'm competing. I'm competing in women's doubles and singles. Yeah.
All right. Good luck with
So
that, coach.
thank you. It's a tough one, but we'll see what happens.
Back to you, Brian.
Coach, mind if I ask how much the prize money is?
Yeah.
Usually, how much does it range?
2,500. There's because this is a $35,000 tournament.
Oh.
The money is not as big as tennis yet,
Hmm.
but it's increasing every time. So each tournament is different. We even have a $50,000 prize pocket overall. So for the women's, it's 2,500 if
I
you
see.
win gold. Yeah, so that's not bad
Yeah, not
for a
bad.
weekend.
Yep,
Not bad for a weekend,
not
for
bad.
2 days. Uh huh. Uh huh. So we'll see.
All right, coach. I want to ask, like in tennis and badminton, there's the usual injuries. In pickleball, does this also stand? There injuries that some players have to deal with?
Yes. I think the majority of it is the knees,
Okay.
because you do a lot of bending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to really, like, almost to the point where you have to squat, you know? You have to squat side to side and moving forward, and it's a lot of bending. And of course, overhead, you have to jump on it. But and probably the knees, and then and the lower back, maybe. The lower back also would be something, because you have your weight towards this. Yeah. So that's all. But if they actually do some conditioning, stretching before starting, it won't happen.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yes, at any age, because it's a lot. If they can just do some easy squats every day, even just 10, side squats, lunges, things like that, that would help tremendously. And there's there shouldn't be much injuries. Yeah.
Let's see.
So, uh-huh.
All right. So I'm gonna go to Mark. So Mark, you
Yeah.
mentioned earlier there are already clubs and you're slowly building the base here about pickleball.
Yes.
And I saw there are a lot of tournaments international that on pickleball tournaments. Is
Right.
going the level of the national level or the NSA level part of your plans?
Well, we just actually got a certified with
Uh-huh.
the World Pickleball Federation.
Mm-hmm.
So our next step now is to process the hopefully, you know, the NSA perhaps, but we're not really looking at that yet because we are more focused on promoting the sport, and
Yeah.
we'll just take it one at a time.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mark,
Hi,
guys, this is Karina. She's my doubles partner for today. She's
Yeah.
from
Hi,
the
Karina.
Philippines too.
hi,
Hello,
Karina.
Hi,
Yeah.
Karina.
Karina. Good
Hi.
morning.
So we're gonna
Morning.
try to win some today.
Good
Yes,
luck. Good luck.
Good
actually, I
luck.
Good
have a
luck.
very good partner.
So we'll see.
All
Yeah.
right.
Good
Okay,
luck.
keep going.
Salamat
Okay.
po.
Good luck.
Salamat.
All right. Well, the reason why I asked that, Mark, is there are a lot of sports here. They have NSAs and they're trying to be the international scene. And but I was just curious if you were going to go that level. Well, I understand it's not a priority for now, but
Yeah,
maybe in the coming years.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. Maybe if Vince will join us and help us with it, why not?
Oh, I'm sure Vince will do that. Vince can do that, right, Vince?
You want to be part of history, Vince and Brian?
Yeah, you can be do
Yeah,
that.
Brian, care to join as well?
Let's see.
Yeah,
I
you
need to
play it.
lose weight. That's what I want. I need to lose weight.
Yeah, I will invite you to play it, and once you get to play the sport, you
Mhm.
will love it, and then I'm pretty sure you will go far with
Yeah,
pickleball.
I'm gonna get hooked. Addicted
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it.
That's the problem with pickleball. It's addictive. It's an addictive
Oh,
sport.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
All right.
If you have a racket, especially if you have a racket sport background,
Mm-hmm.
because racket sport, if you have a racket sport background, you can easily adapt to the sport, to pickleball, and then once you've played it, you will look for it. That's something I can attest to.
All right. I'll take that. Make a note of that. All right, Vince, back to you.
Mark,
Yes.
was pickleball one of the reasons why because you lost a lot of weight, buddy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was pickleball one of the reasons why you lost weight? You're a
Oh
testimonial.
yes. Yeah, yeah. Because Vince, I remember 30 years back, you know me, I'm a big, how should I say it, big athletic guy. I don't know. Because I was a varsity team for basketball, right?
Yes,
And
yes, you were.
a track and field also, shot put.
Yes.
So actually it really helped me a lot in losing weight. I lost about 50 pounds because of pickleball, because you move a lot.
Yes.
Everything's just moving, and I mean, this is a sport that you can't just stand in one corner. You have to move. You always need to be up on your toes. So there's really movement. So it helped a lot.
Okay, and this is one sport that Filipinos can excel because it doesn't require height
Yes.
and length. So it's I think it's one sport that we can excel in.
Oh, yes, definitely. If we've excelled in tennis with Ayala, this pickleball game can reach more venues for us for sure. And that's what we're actually starting now. Coach Jenny is trying to send out some kids in the US this August to compete. The Solinco group. There you go.
I
So
see.
there are tennis players too learning pickleball.
Okay, so okay, from now until let's say the pandemic ends
Mhm.
by the end of the year,
Mhm.
what are the plans of pickleball for the foreseeable future?
Okay. So actually, now right now we are not stopping. We do host webinars in different schools, partners. We introduce to them the sport. We just continue promoting. We plant the seed. So once the pandemic is over, we can all meet face to face and do the skills training um, when it's all over. And then like this GCQ, we're planning to have an exhibition game with the Solinco group. So our group, my group here in Cainta, will play the kids that will be sent to the US just for practice games.
And what are the ages of these kids? Are these young kids or
Oh yeah, it's 11 to 17. So really kids, juniors. Yeah.
so aside from the Philippines and the US, where else is pickleball being played?
Oh, it's like in the World Pickleball Federation, they already have 27 countries
I see.
members. Yeah.
It's a growing sport, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, it is. And then in the other group, there are two groups. There's an international pickleball federation, so they have 47 over there. So it's a lot. Yeah, a lot of countries already.
But here in Southeast Asia, are we the only ones, or do you have countries like Singapore already? And
Yeah, Singapore actually started in the 80s.
I see.
Yeah, so Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong, those are
India.
the countries. India, they
Yeah,
have
I
it also.
actually I was gonna ask that before Vince. I saw
Go
the
ahead, Brian.
no. I said I was just wondering up in Asia, and
Yeah,
I found from the Asian Federation of Pickleball, I stumbled upon it. There was Taiwan,
yeah,
Singapore, Japan, India, Philippines, Chinese Taipei. Wow.
there you go. Yeah,
Yep. There's a
it's
lot of
growing.
yeah. It's growing. It is growing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm really kind of surprised. There's actually Philippines here.
yeah. There is
The Philippine Pickleball Federation.
federation. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they're
member
here.
of that. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, it is a promising sport. It's something that the country may want to consider.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Young Vince.
Um, is Coach? I think Coach is playing already. Can she still? Yeah, she's playing. We'll ask her more questions later. Yeah, she's there. Coach, are you playing? Sorry, are you playing
Yeah.
already?
Oh no, just warming up. Go ahead.
Okay,
Ask
so
ask away.
how long is the usual warm up for pickleball? Is it the same as badminton and tennis?
They give us about 5 minutes. 5 minutes warm up. That's
Okay.
why we have to warm up ahead. Can you hear the ball?
Yeah, it's almost the same as tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
It's almost the
Yeah,
same
it's
as
quite
tennis.
noisy though. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
it's
noisier than tennis.
yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Um, Okay, so the rules are the same. It's that the ball should
I
hit
love going
the
into the
blue
club
paint.
and I already hear the pickleball song. Yeah, there's a place called Kitchen where you
Okay.
cannot really volley inside.
Okay.
It's about 7 feet from the net, and so if you cannot, you can let the ball bounce and go in,
Uh-huh.
but you cannot volley inside the kitchen, which is 7 feet,
Ah, so
like
that's the
so, and
kitchen, the green
seven
paint.
feet. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the kitchen. So even if you step on the line, then that's a fault. Yeah.
Ah, so really
Uh-huh.
timing and soft
Positioning.
touch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
Yeah.
lot of timing and a lot of
Positioning.
ball control.
Yeah.
You really have to have ball control. Yeah, you have to learn how to drop from the baseline
Yeah.
because that's pretty tough for a lot of players to do. To get to get. You
Hmm.
see that? Yeah.
So
So
the serve, is it the same as when you serve in tennis and in badminton, or is it a different serve?
yes, yes. The serve is just like tennis,
Okay, so you can
but you
score.
cannot.
Okay, sorry,
Yeah,
go
you
ahead,
cannot
coach.
serve and volley.
Okay.
You have to let the return bounce on your court. Yeah.
Ah, I see. So there's
And
no
this,
such thing as aces. You can't
Oh,
score
you're
off
fine. We're messing around. Yeah. So
so so
yeah,
can you
that's it.
score off an
That's
ace?
it.
I mean,
Oh yes, yes, definitely.
okay.
Yes, and also now the rule is if the ball hits the net, the strap of the net or the net cord,
Yeah.
and it lands outside the kitchen, then you have to hit it. Yeah, so
Okay.
there's no second serve at all
Okay,
anymore.
so if you serve and the ball hits the net and it lands on the kitchen, you score. That's
Uh-huh.
a score.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, side out or the second server. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And okay, so
it's
there's I noticed there's backhand and overhand
uh-huh.
like in tennis.
Yes. Yes.
So there are times, coach, that strength plays a factor. How hard you hit the ball, or
Oh yes, definitely.
okay,
Yeah, but with pickleball, it's a lot of control. A lot of control. If you can control the ball, you have more advantage. Yeah,
okay.
because
Um,
power. If you're too, they can just block the power. Very easy to get it back. Yeah,
okay.
not unless it's really overhead and they're gonna smash it so hard.
um, all right, coach. In I
Uh-huh.
in this sport,
Yes.
in this game, can you shift the racket from left to right, or
Sure.
or are you allowed to play with only your right or your left throughout the whole match?
No, you can use both sides. You can do two-handed on both sides.
Okay,
However you want it. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, for example, you're trying to reach for a volley, you can shift your hand from
Uh-huh.
right to left if it's a
Sure.
left-handed volley, right?
Yes. Uh-huh. Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Yes. No doubt. You
Okay.
can do anything. You can do anything you want.
So
Except
much like
don't volley in
tennis.
the kitchen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this
Can't go in the
this
kitchen.
kitchen area is ridiculous. It's a sin to get in there.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Brian?
Actually, Vince, I was surprised. I was doing some lurking on
Ah,
Facebook. It
good,
turns
good,
out
good.
one of our colleagues is trying it, Randy Kaluwag.
PSA.
Yeah, he's actually looking for a club. I don't know if Mark has come across him. He's looking for a club to play pickleball. So there are people really quietly or secretly playing the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Oui.
Or looking to play, looking for a
Yeah,
place to play.
yeah.
Good. That's good.
So yeah, that's
Do you want to
Guys
play
ready?
points? Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
play some
Mm,
points.
Maybe you should
Pick,
get Tito and Mark together to have that pickleball conversation going.
How
yeah,
about
yeah,
from this one? Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, coach.
Guys, we're good. We're going to do scoring so you can see
Okay.
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 how we do it. Is that
All right.
good?
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Good coach.
Yeah. So you will know how to kind of keep up a little bit, and you'll say, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I got it."
All
Uh
right.
huh. Uh huh.
It's
Yeah.
nice.
So, by the
And so,
way, this women are so fierce. No mercy. They're
okay.
very good.
Make it good,
Yeah.
coach. Show them what you
Yeah.
got,
They're
coach.
gonna.
Represent, coach. Represent.
Oh, Karina is. I probably have to play against my partner tomorrow too. So yeah. Let me see. Can you see the court like almost a full view?
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
You
Yes.
do? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we'll try to be on this side so that way you can hear me. Yeah.
Okay.
So the serve has to go in the blue area. Okay. So that's the no man's land. Mark, can you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah. You have to serve behind the baseline for sure. So yeah. Oh my gosh, the girls are so dressed up like they're going to
This is
win
serious.
already. That's kind
This
of
is serious,
they're
coach.
very serious. Yeah, and I'm just here for to have fun and hopefully get few points. You know. Yeah. So I wonder if you've turned it around, boy.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
How about that way? Is that better? Is
Yep.
that
That's
better?
better. It's
Yes.
wider. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
better.
Okay. Okay.
Better look.
Okay.
talk to my
Yeah.
partner.
All right, Karina. Okay, here's the Filipino thing.
Hi.
Hello.
Team
Hello.
Philippines. Good luck.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's do this.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to learn how to score. They're gonna watch us a little bit.
Okay.
So we'll try to see if we could keep score.
Then
Okay.
how about you as far as
Stacking.
matching? So you like
Yeah,
to
let's
stack
do
and
stacking.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm
let's try.
good with switching and everything
Mhm,
too. So you
mhm.
like that
Yeah,
side? 'Cause you
sure.
can- okay.
Yeah.
That's good. 'Cause
Well,
I'm more comfortable on this side.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing stacking. This is the
More advanced.
more advanced way of playing. Yeah. So
For
the servers
advance.
has to stay behind the baseline. So 002. You always start with 002.
002. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. There you go.
Done.
Nice. Nice point.
Th-
So it's
I'm
now
just kidding, Mark.
102.
th-
So
Okay, it's
exactly. So it's
102.
102. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the stacking.
Stacking, and then you
Uh-huh.
slowly
slowly rush the net.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Because there's a
Yes.
there's what we call a two bounce rule.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's I think that's a score again, right?
I'm good with
Point.
you coaching and I'll cover court.
So that's now
You do the same
202.
thing. Okay. So it's 202.
202.
Okay. So Mark, do you play
Yes.
more
That was out.
singles than doubles, or
Okay.
Here in the Philippines,
Okay.
we play more doubles.
okay?
Mm.
Yeah. But we,
So
anyone
now
can play
it's
singles.
021, guys. 021.
021
021. It's the other
Uh-huh.
side now serving.
Oh, okay.
Side out.
side out. Yeah.
Okay, now
it's
the
an error.
second server.
Second server.
Yeah, second server. So
So it's 02.
022.
022.
So Mark, how long is a usual game of pickleball? How long does it?
Take
Yeah.
1 to 11. 1 to 11 would take probably 15 to 20 minutes.
Quick. 1 to
Yeah,
11.
right.
So
So
it's
do you?
it's
Okay.
sort of
Sorry,
like raised to
Brian.
11.
201.
So it's
Okay.
sort of like raised to 11.
Yeah, raised to 11.
Okay.
Right.
I get it. Go ahead, Vince.
So that's sometimes depends on the
Yeah,
tournament
too good,
organizer.
too good.
So sometimes it's a
Excellent.
best of 3 in the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes they also do it 1 to 15 only, one game.
Okay.
Mm.
This is
Good,
Mark. This is
good.
both men's and women's best of 3. So
Galing.
it's not best of 5 for men and best of 3 for
Ah,
women.
yes,
It's
Yeah.
best of
yes,
3 for
Hey,
everyone.
zero two.
for everyone. That's right.
Okay.
So these are pros playing right now.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes, this is the senior.
senior
We're
pro. Oh,
seniors.
okay.
We're like 50 and over.
But I mean, that's why this is so fun, right? I mean, imagine seniors still competing.
Mhm.
Imagine up to 90 years old can still play pickleball. What sport can you do? I mean, can do those, right?
Yeah.
Well, Mark, I noticed Karina's serve. It's not it wasn't the usual
Five,
tennis serve
zero two.
Oh yes, yes, Vince. Let
where
me correct
you
that
where
earlier.
you throw the ball and then you smack it
Right.
uh you smack it
It's
real hard.
Thank
It's a
you.
right.
different
Yeah.
serve.
It's not an overhead serve.
Yes,
For
it's not an overhead
pickleball,
serve. Yeah,
you do it underhand,
I see.
below the
Okay.
waist.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
there's two kinds of serve. You can drop now
Mhm.
and oi, sorry. Whoops.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, you can even there's the legal serve now is drop and hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
like ping pong
yeah.
type.
Uh,
Mhm.
So, okay, as like what you said earlier, Mark, you there's a
Yeah.
two dribble rule. You mentioned a
Oh, it's two bounce rule.
two
So
bounce rule. Sorry, two
right.
bounce rule.
So in the two bounce rule, the serving team, right, the
Okay.
receiving end should let the ball bounce on their side,
Hmm. Okay.
and then the serving team cannot get the ball yet up until it bounces on their side.
Okay.
So
All
that's the
right.
two bounce rule.
I
So
see.
those are
All
the
right.
tricky part of playing pickleball. But after the
Okay.
two bounce rule, as you can see, everyone can attack already the net.
Right.
So it's really a net game. Pickleball is a net game, netting game.
And
Nice try.
it really
No
tests
worries.
Sorry,
your
sorry.
Try
reflexes.
whatever you want.
No, she's so
Yes, yes,
behind. I
that's it.
shouldn't have done
Reflexes,
that.
that's right.
No patience.
And that's where the eye-hand coordination comes
Yeah.
in, right? Yeah.
But Mark, you cannot go beyond the blue box.
Wait,
What I mean,
yeah, it's a lot of
the kitchen, you
spin.
mean? The green
There's the
part?
blue. Yeah, the green part. Yeah.
Yeah. The
You
green
cannot.
part,
Mhm.
you can only step inside the green part
Six
once the
two
ball
one.
bounces in it.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes,
Wait.
that's also another tricky part about pickleball. So even if you let's say you hit the ball hard and then you lost your momentum and then fall
Mm-hmm.
inside the
Oi!
green part, that is already a fault.
My bad, Karina.
So sorry. That's
Uh,
a.
Fault.
Oh, a fault. All right.
Yeah, when you step on the green, when you lose your momentum,
Mm-hmm.
that's already a fault. But if the ball bounces, you can step in.
Wait, sorry.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
so let me see.
So what's the score now?
The key to winning this game is how you transition going to the net. So
Right, right.
if you rush, you cannot serve and volley. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
coach, you can't volley the ball over the head of your
after
opponent
you serve,
rush if they rush the net.
yeah, either you or your partner cannot volley when you're serving.
Okay. Okay.
When you're serving, yeah, the first volley. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, I
So
gotta work that.
That's no worries. Keep seven. You're multitasking.
So, yes.
We have seven.
Seven.
so it's
Seven.
it's
And I'm comfortable with signals or.
it's a battle at the net, Mark,
Oh
because
yes.
you're
Yes.
when you're if and when your opponent rushes the net, you can't loft the ball over their heads so that it hits the blue paint behind them, right?
Right, right. But actually, when you're both on the net, right?
Yeah.
You can actually do that. That's a strategy. You can lob the ball.
You can
Yeah. You can lob it.
over your opponent so that it
Yes.
gets to the blue paint behind
Yes.
them. So
Right.
you
Right.
can, that's legal. You can do that.
That's legal. Yes, that's legal. You can lob.
Okay.
Yep.
7-2.
Yeah, you can do anything as long
Oh,
as you don't volley at the net. I mean,
Okay.
in the kitchen.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the key. So 7-2.
Yes.
So the score is 7-2 now.
So they're leading. So
They're
that's the
leading.
race to 11. Yeah.
Okay. Another question, Mark. Because you know in table tennis they what do you call that? They
Catch ball.
Okay.
when they try to win the point
Eight two
uh,
two.
by smacking the ball in table tennis.
Yeah.
Uh, can you do
Wait,
that
Minus.
in
why
pickleball
did
where
I do that?
you at the net where you try to
Nice shot,
smack it as
Maggie.
hard as you can?
Oh yes,
That
definitely.
you can do that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
allowed.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
and
it's basically pickleball. You can hit it as hard as you can,
Okay.
but sometimes
yeah, it's
it's more of the
beautiful
soft
serve.
shots that wins
Yeah.
pickleball.
I
Yeah.
love your
Yeah.
backhand.
So there have been times you hit the ball as hard as you can at the net and you end up hitting your opponent.
Oh yeah. Body shots. That's why
Those are
there's
allowed.
always those are allowed. That's
Okay.
why we always teach with like a ready position. Ready position is you the ready position should be 10 o'clock
Yeah.
when your arm is positioned 10 o'clock near the
Mhm.
heart when you're right-handed,
Okay.
so it's easier to navigate the paddle.
8-2.
Okay.
8-3-1.
Yep, because you need it like a shield to block.
I see.
Yeah.
Good shot. Yeah. So the thing is when your partner is serving, you can't really go to the net really fast.
Okay.
You have to wait. Yeah, assess the point. Yeah, you have to assess it. Just
Hmm.
don't rush to the net. That's the key to this. Is assessing the return
Right.
because the best returns are deep.
I just knew I needed a break.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you uh,
Nice shot.
you can serve short when you know your opponents are way back over there. Then if you have good control on serving, then you can change it up a bit.
Yeah, there are players who get to the net really quick
The baseline.
from the baseline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. So it's really it's a lot of tennis. It's a lot of strategies. It's a lot of ball control, ball placement. So here's my favorite serve right here. If it goes in, there's my serve. You can
Is it
do
a
that. You know what I
slice
mean?
serve? Nice.
Yeah. So, oh boy.
Pinch
Coaches,
court.
I have a question for you, coaches. Is this a sport where I asked Mark earlier, is this a
Go,
sport
Karina.
where us Filipinos can excel?
Oh my gosh, yes. Believe me. We've done this in San Sebastian. I actually taught over there for 2-3 years, and I'm telling you, they're amazing. They can be world class players, to be honest. Yeah, that's why I continue because I know we can compete. Yeah, we have a chance in this game at any level. I know it. Yeah, I'm very very confident.
Do
Yeah.
we
So if I can do it I'm 55 and I'm still competing international, and world against world players. So it's doable. And in singles, I'm just telling you this. I'm not bragging, but in singles, I'm ranked number 8 in the world right now for seniors.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so that tells you a lot. That's seniors. You know what I mean? So if that means anybody can excel.
Yeah.
The ones that really have an advantage are the ones who will try to understand the game quickly. That's the key to this. Yeah. So it's really fun.
Um, I have a question for you, Coach. Any up and coming
Uh-huh.
Filipinos at the lower age groups that who we should know about, who's doing really well?
Um, Actually, not yet. But
Okay,
sorry. Not yet. Because we haven't really competed outside of the U.S. yet. So their chance
okay.
is in August, this Olympics. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how they go. Um, if they allow them to come, then I think that would be our best shot. But because yeah, we've been training a lot of the Solinco kids already through the years, and
Hmm.
Pastor Lito is doing a great job with it. So we-
So hopefully it won't be long before Mark, before we have pickleball in the Sea Games and Asian Games.
Oh yes,
yes,
we're hoping for that. Yeah, to
yeah,
happen.
we're hoping for that. But the goal is to get it to Palarong Pambansa first.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
goal.
I'm hoping that it would go that far and even more, because I think this will involve a lot of players in
Okay.
our country. Yeah, this is something that we can do probably better than badminton or
Yeah.
Or even tennis.
uh, and tennis. Yes, yes, because we actually have more selection
Hmm.
of we have more. Are you ready? No, yeah. We have more selection on players everywhere in the Philippines. So yeah. So um, sorry. So you have
So
to hit top spin. You have to hit top
yeah.
spin on the return. You
So
can't hit
Mark,
it flat.
where the grassroots development of the sport, which in which part of the country has it already started?
Yeah. So we have started for our group, the PPA. It has started in with the Solinco group. So they are mostly tennis players. They've started their grassroots level over there. And then in the other group, the Philippine Pickleball Federation, they are doing it also in Pangasinan. Yeah. So they have a lot of courts over there. They have junior kids
Yeah.
doing well over there.
Hmm.
So it's growing. It's growing.
Brian, this is one sport that you can bring to San Juan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Batangas or
Yeah.
in San Juan,
San Juan here in Manila.
near Manila. Oh,
Hmm.
Zamora.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
We,
So yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
Vince, I call this the pandemic sport
because
because
it grew during
yeah,
the outbreak during the pandemic.
right, and it's a social distancing sport as you can see.
On the way
Um,
over.
Safe, very safe.
So
Alright.
two.
Yeah, but here in our village, so we play outdoors and then we wear masks while playing.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry. Third shot.
so
Yeah.
just following the protocols.
2, 3.
All right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Once I think once it's
2, 3. Let's start.
going to right mark, if once the NSC, is that
And
right?
NSA.
NSA.
NSA, coach?
NSA.
Are you
NSA
yes,
would
National
approve
Sports
it, then we're
Association.
good
Yeah.
to go. Yeah. Yeah. So I think Mark, what Mark did, Vince, is that um, he actually what he did is he started it as a club, right, Mark?
Yes, coach.
Uh
The yeah.
huh. So
I,
you
3, 2.
So that would be really good. Is that if you started in a small group like that, and I think, uh, I think it will grow from there. It's
Yeah.
very addicting. It's very addicting.
Here you go. Yours, sir.
Yeah,
Look at that.
once you start this thing, you don't stop. It's just something that because you what happens is the advantage of it is you create friends everywhere. Um, you have
We have
something.
three.
It creates community, something to look forward to.
Yes.
You know, and so this one is really anyone can do it. Yeah. So, oi, nako, whoops. Yeah, you can
Usually
turn
it
like that.
starts out. Usually it starts out as a club.
Yeah, turn like
They
that.
start out
I'm
as a.
sorry.
Now usually coach the when you're intending or planning to get accreditation
Oh God.
as a national sports association, you usually start out as a club.
A legal
Yes.
start
Yes,
there.
yes,
For
yes.
return.
What's so cool is that we already established that
There we go.
some of it, and so with uh with Mark, with Mia, they're gonna help you out there for sure, and we'll back you up from here. We'll try to we'll try to help as much as possible over here.
Good.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah. So
Okay.
so that's
Um. Okay. Mark, coach, we have
Yes.
a few minutes left on the program.
mhm.
Let's um. Let's start with
Okay.
you, Mark. Final words for our viewers.
Yeah, so I would just like to welcome you all to the amazing world of pickleball. If you want to try this out, I would gladly invite you over to our
7.
Village East Cainta courts, to teach you and to let you feel how the game is played. And thank you so
Oh,
much, Vince, for this opportunity, and Brian. Hope to see you
Sorry,
both in the
Maggie.
courts soon.
I'll take you up on your offer.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
okay. Coach Jenny, or Coach
Uh
Jenny is
huh.
busy. All right, Coach.
Oh
We have about a few minutes left.
Sorry.
yeah.
Um, final
Guys,
words for viewers.
you
Yeah.
know what I'm gonna do is videotape some at
Sure.
Cincinnati Open and send it to you.
All right.
So that way you can see how massive it is.
Okay,
Okay?
Coach. All
And
right.
please try pickleball. It's like amazing workout.
Yeah.
Wake up in the
Right.
morning, hit a few times. Then by the time you're done, you're all finished working out. Go do your daily chores,
Yeah.
whatever, and come back on the
Mhm.
court again.
Right.
Yeah, it's really fun. I wish I could just send you titles right now. I wish we could just play right now. I wish you guys will try it. Try this game. It's amazing. Work on catching, throwing, and encouraged to go to YouTube and look
Mhm.
through pickleball lessons. Okay?
All right,
Yeah.
Coach.
Thank you for inviting me. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it
Good
very
luck.
much. Yeah.
Signing off.
Welcome. I'll let you know how we do.
All right.
Let's go,
Bye.
Pinoy.
Bye. Go Pinoy. Go Philippines.
Go, Pinoy. Go, Philippines.
Okay. Thanks, Coach. Thanks for your time.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
And with that, we wrap up another episode of Sports for All. Thank you for watching and see you next Saturday. Goodbye.